How's it going, family? How's it going? I just wanted to make a video answering some questions that a couple of people has been asking me. Um, let's see here. What was some of them off the dome? Everybody keeps asking me, is it worth it? Is Amazon Relay worth it? To me, the contracts are worth it. The low board, you have to really dial in because Amazon is paying, I want to say, up to like maybe 300 to 500 less than what you can find on the low board, the DAT low board, or 123 low board, whatever low board you're finding. Um, Amazon usually averages out, around 240, 280 when it comes to their load. If you're on the low board, Amazon low board, you're gonna max out around 280, 220, 240. It depends on if they really need it moved. It might go up to 3. I've seen some as high as 5. The highest I've ever got paid per mile on a load, I think it was like $100 a mile or something like that. But that was with contracts, not the low board. And the way that happened is when you're under contract, you get guaranteed pay unless you cancel the load. And I was under a load. I had picked up a couple of trailers and I caught a flat tire on their facility. And I had to wait to get that tire fixed. So what they did was cancel my other, like I had like 9 stops, I only completed 3. So they canceled all the other stops. And they added on, how can I say, for the 3 stops I did, for the stops they canceled, they added on the miles per hour or miles, they added on the pay per mile to those 3 miles I did. I think I did like not even 20 miles. So they added on all the other miles I would have done, all that pay. They divided it between those 3 miles, and it added up to be like $100 a mile or something like that. Like, they paid me over, I think it was like $1,500 to drive 20 miles. But that's with contracts. On the low board, I think the highest I've ever got paid on a low board, I think I took a load for a round trip for $4,000 from here to Dallas and back. That was the highest I've gotten. But is it worth it? Yes, to me it's worth it because I don't have to deal with brokers. I do not like dealing with brokers. I'm not saying all brokers are bad. I've dealt with a couple brokers who are honest. They're not making you feel like you're the scum of the earth because you're trying to get your worth. But I've worked with more brokers that are not like that than that are like that. So I do not like messing with brokers. You know, and the downtime. So if I got a load that's going 800 miles and I got paid $2,400 for it, the downtime after you drive that 800 miles there is going to take you about 2 days, 3 days to get there. You drop off that load, and then you're going to take a whole day or 2, depending on if it's Friday. You get there on a Friday, the weekend you're not getting anything the weekend, so you're going to be sitting 800 miles away from your home looking for a load. And with Amazon, speaking on contracts, because that's what I like to deal with. That's where the money's at for me. I like doing Amazon contracts. So for Amazon contracts, if I'm doing a 800 mile trip, I usually do it for about 2,000, so it's about 400 to 500 cheaper. But that's round trip, so I'll drive 400 out, drop that off, pick up, drive 400 back, and I'm at my house with my family, doing family things until my next load. And usually when you do contracts, you have 3 blocks, 2 to 3 blocks. So I'll do that. I go out, come back, hang out with my family. Go out, come back, hang out with my family. Go out, come back, hang out with my family, and then I usually get like a 2 day break before my next contract starts. So I'd rather do that because with the downtime, at least I'm at home with my family, doing family things. I feel like, I love trucking. Yes, I wish I can just get an in-town trucking job where I just go out, work 7 hours, come home, and be with my family. But that's the luxury. That's the perk. Every lane has a perk, so you have to find the perks you're looking for in trucking. Find the perks you're looking for, and Amazon is giving me the perk that I'm looking for, and that's home time with the family. All right, that's the first question. Is it worth it to me? Yes, it's worth it to me. Home time is worth it to me. The $400 to $500 cut I'm taking, I'd rather do that because the consistency it adds up to be the same or more with the consistency if you're counting downtime and all that stuff. So that's the first question. The second question, people want to know what the when I say I'm doing a 37-hour block or a contract or a 13-hour contract. I went over this before in the video, but not everybody watches every video I put out there. So when I say a 37-hour contract, a 37-hour blocks in a contract, that means I am dedicating my truck for that block for 37-hour block. So it goes off the hours of service. You have a 10-hour, 30 minutes, and 14-hour in work shift. So you're giving them 37 hours of your work clock, if that makes sense. So I think you can drive 10 hours in a day. Within that 10 hours, you have to take a 30-minute break, and you only can work 14 hours in a work shift. That's the law with the with the government. I don't know. So with Amazon, you're giving them you're gonna drive your 10 hours. You're gonna drive 7, take a 30. Well, you're not gonna drive the whole 7, but you have to drive 7. Now, if you drive 7 hours straight, you have to turn off your clock and go, take your 30-minute break, and then you can do the remaining 3 hours of that day. And then you got, your 14-hour clock. So if you drive 7 or if you drive 5 hours and you sit for, or even if you drive 5 hours and you're all on duty and you're not driving, your 14-hour clock is still running. So when that 14-hour clock is off, you cannot move no matter what. Even if you only drove 5 hours, your 14 hours is done unless you split your hours, which that's something totally different. But I'm just going over the 37 hours with Amazon. So with Amazon is you're giving them a full 10-hour drive, your full 10-hour clock, and then you have to take you're giving them a full 14-hour work shift. You're giving them a 10-hour reset, and then you're giving them the next day your other 14-hour work shift. So with that saying, you're giving them 2 14-hour work shifts plus a 10-hour reset, and that's is that 37? I think that's 37 hours. So that include the 37 hours. I'm pretty sure I screwed that up, made it confusing, but that's what it is. It goes off your work clock. So you're giving them that. So if you're doing a 37, just know you're going to be driving somewhere that's probably 7 hours away, 6 hours away, 4 hours away. And when you get there, you're going to do some dropping hooks. You're going to stop, take a 10-hour, wake up, pick up some trailers, drive 4 hours, 5 hours back to where you came from, so back to your hometown. You're going to do a couple of dropping hooks, and then you get to go home and do a 10-hour, and then you start your next block. But with Amazon, they really don't run up your whole 10 hours. They run up about 7 hours of your 10, if everything is going smooth. So usually in a 37-hour work day or work block, I usually drive about 6 hours, 6 to 7 hours. I usually have about a good 3 hours left on my clock about time I stop, if that makes sense. So that's that. And I think I covered all the questions. If you have any more questions, let me know. And I'll see how these little question videos work out. But I hope I answered some of you guys' questions. Sorry if I was confusing on the 37-hour clock. But yeah, that's the way it works. It goes off your hours of service. So you're just dedicating your truck for 37 hours in that one block, which adds up to being that. Yeah, and somebody wanted me to do a video showing them how much a contract or a block would be from Las Vegas to California. I will try to do that as best as possible, hopefully better than this video. But yeah, if you have any questions, please leave comments at the bottom. I do see them, I do respond, and if your question is too long for a typed answer, I'll just make a little short video. Alright guys, peace out. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share. I appreciate you guys. You're awesome. Peace out.